As Jessica mentioned yesterday, we had a lovely memorial service here for our beloved Marianne Notes. Last week, Catherine Vega Stoltz gave a stewardship reflection, and today it's me. It made me wonder, what is it about this place that led three such very different women to make this our spiritual home? Marianne from Nebraska, Catherine from Jersey, me from Sunnybray. We had very different backgrounds and life experiences, and yet we ended up here. Years ago, when I was attending my church in San Francisco, I was having dinner with a couple of men from the congregation. They were talking about pledging and tithing. And they said that tithing was a spiritual practice where you give 10% of your income to the church. First words out of my mouth were, are we talking gross or net? After hearing it was on the gross, the next words were, I can't afford that. When I joined CCSM, the practice of giving away our plate offering to worthy community organizations was already an established practice. I asked several people if the proposal was received with immediate, universal enthusiasm and support. They admitted that no, there were people who said, we can't afford that. And our blessing box out front, which is supported by our congregation and generous donations we receive from Samaritan House, I have heard people comment that we shouldn't put out so much. And how do we know who is taking it? And what if some are taking more than they need? And isn't there some way we can monitor it? The above examples are all examples of our very human, probably universal tendency to often respond from a place of scarcity rather than abundance. I have been there more times in my life than I would care to admit. Tithing, I can't afford that. Give away our plate offering, we can't do that. The blessing box, what if someone is greedy? Did I wake up the morning after finding out what tithing was and say, yeah, I'm all in? No, it took time to get there. If tomorrow someone proposed that we stop giving away our plate offering, I doubt that the congregation would respond, yeah, great idea. And since we can't be sure about who is using our blessing box, maybe we should just shut it down. I truly believe that this church desires to operate from abundance rather than scarcity. But in between that desire of ours to be generous, there is also something called reality. We are smaller. We have lost some generous members, and many things are just more expensive. PG&E doesn't care about my pledge. We are trying to come up with more creative ways to generate revenue and reduce expenses, trying always to hold on to abundance as our guide. I think sometimes we maybe forget how important we are to this community. The other day I was out getting ready to fill the blessing box, and there was a woman there, and she was putting things in it. And she said to me, I'm not religious, and I don't go to your church. She said, but I see what a tremendous gift you are to this community and the blessing box. She said, so when I go to the grocery store, I just pick up a few extra items to put in. And I think if we can operate from that standpoint, we'll be fine. I have no illusion that following the service, you will or storm out of here to make or increase your pledge. My final hope is that all of us will pause for a moment before saying, I can't, about things in our lives and for this church, and instead ask ourselves, how can I? Thank you.